Welcome back in this session. So in this session we basically going to understand instance store and how it's different from the EBS. So let's start. So first we'll try to understand what is instance store. So AWS instance store provide a temporary block level storage for your instance. This storage is located on the disk that are physically basically attached to your host computer. Instant store is ideal for the temporary storage of information that are frequently changes, such as buffers, cache, stretch data, and other temporary content, or for data that is replicated across the fleet of instance, such as a load balancer pool of the web server. So this is standard definition, but if we understand, so instance store is a storage service, and that is basically attached to your instance with the physically. So it's the same as EBS, but EBS is a network drive, instance store is a physically drive. So let's try to understand in depth. So some of instance do not come with the root EBS volume, so that's called instance store or ephemeral store. So this basically comes with the ephemeral storage, and that's basically provide the very high throughput just because of it is physically attached to the machine, where the EBS having the limitation of the throughput as EBS is a network drive. So if you understand the pros for the instance store, so basically it will give the very high performance. It's because of it's attached to physically. It's good for the buffer, caching data, and data is survive on the reboot. So in case of the reboot, the data will be survives. The cons is on the stop or terminate of your instance, it will lose of your data. So that's a disadvantage for the instance store. And there is a limitation of the resize and backup. So you cannot do the resize of your size of the instance store size, and backup you have to do the manually. So there is no any provision where you can do the click and restore your backup or take a backup. So same as EBS having its own backup mechanism, but instance store have to and individual user have to manage the backup. So physically disk basically attached, and the server where EC2 instance is launched on the particular location, it will give the very high IOPS. So if you see the IOPS data, this is the data taken from the AWS document. So if you see the high IOPS, you can see the i3 8x large, so 1.65 million. So this is the random read IOPS, and write IOPS you can see the 7,20,000. Even it is more than that also. So there is a very high IOPS will be provided by the instance store. You can create disk up to 7.5 TB, but you can increase that. So gradually even AWS also giving the increase of size. So by the way, it's continuously increasing the size. It's a block storage kind of thing. So it's the same as EBS, but it's a physically drive. Cannot increase size, as we discussed. You cannot change your size of your volume. So that's a fix. And the core thing, if hardware fail, your data will be lost. So the hardware failure will be make your data loss, so you cannot take the backup. If you have not taken the randomly backup or the frequently backup, you should lose your data. So same as in ABS, you can configure the lifecycle policy where you can frequently take the backup. So that's the advantage and disadvantage of the instance store. But high IOPS, you will absolutely get the high IOPS with the instance store, and EBS won't give. So let's move to the console, how we can create the instance store. So I'm at the EC2 console, and let's go to the instance, and I'm launching my instance here, taking the image on AMI, and here we will choose our instance type. So we will take the i3 here, let's go for the instance, and now let's add the store here. Okay, so you can see here the one more volume type is ephemeral 0. So this is a instance store device, and this device name snapshot v. So you can see the size is fixed. We cannot change the size over here, and this will gives higher ups as per configuration and hardware encrypted device. So this is by default enable, and this is basically how we can attach the ephemeral device. So you have to choose the respective the EC2 instance type. So this will give your the ephemeral instance store. So this is basic difference about the EBS and instance store. We will catch you in the next session. Thank you.